Hey, my name is Scotty, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to sketch this really beautiful home here step by step using ink and watercolor. Firstly, we're going to divide the whole page in two, so in height wise. So if you look at that height there, put a dot in the middle between the two, and then we come across and put another dot between the bottom and the middle, a dot halfway, and then at the top section dot halfway, and very impressionistically loose, really loose line, we're going around these plants. So this, even if you have to cut through these lines later, it's okay. So going across, there's a plant there, there's another one with white flowers coming into the middle. We're going past that sign, don't worry about that, and then other little plants there. That middle point, that middle dot there, I know it's above, it's up here, and it's a little bit to the right of the middle down there. I'm going to say it's about there, so that's where we're doing a little bit of a guess here, and it's close to this dot there, close to the middle, put a dot there, and then we're going to join that up, wobble down to there. Now I want to do the roof, and I want it to fit in the page. Top of the roof there, down to the bottom, about a third the way up, there on the side, so I put a dot there. So if I go up, now I put a dot there. Now let's draw that angle, let's line that up. Now we have the angle of the roof going this way, up a little bit. I'll just draw a little line, and then there's a chimney, so leave a gap, and then continue the line up to there. So there's a triangle. So before I think about behind the triangle, I'll just see that simple shape. And that's that tip. Bottom of the triangle follows that angle as well, almost touching the side. And put another dot there. Join them. I'm just going to join them very simply, even if I have to go through them later. Down, it goes in that same angle actually, off the page. Now where does that point come? To the left of that point, so it's the left and up. Now there's a lot of lines here we can join up. And to there, to there. And I'm purposely giving some wobble. Okay, that all looks good. Now I can come over here and do this part because we've got that gap now. There. Now let's join all those dots up. And this one, now I'm imagining the chimney's there somewhere, so I'm leaving that gap on each side, either side of my gap. And now I'm going to draw right down, so one line comes down there. I'm looking at the border actually because I know that's vertical. And here we go up, angle up like that, and this one will just be following this edge. Now this section here, about here, and then another one here, and make sure this distance is the same, and then around this window, but trying to follow that angle there, up to there. Okay, well done. If you've done all that, that's the hardest part because that's setting up the perspective of the building with just using dots and comparing. Now let's add some foliage, like little tiny clouds. And we'll skip down to this part, there's another tree here. That's the highest point in the middle. And we have the first one here. And that was good, I put that dot there. And then there's some other little ones here. Now let's go down to the wall and put a dot there. And the wall comes right up to the edge here. Where am I going? There. So I'm trying to make it wobbly footpath. So now we have all the main shapes. I want to do this sign next. So let's just put that in. And I'm not doing dots this time, just by eye like that. A little rectangle going down this way, but it looks shorter because it's in perspective. Let's go straight down. I'm looking at the side of the page, just out of the corner of my eye. Have the sign. So there's a little plant here. The brick wall is just spilling off the side there, cascading down, and then a plant here. So now I'm going over some lines here, but that's okay. Now I want to do this detail back here, like that, to there, and then we go across this way. And there is a red line, so instead of drawing a red line, or a thicker line, we're just drawing one line, and then we'll paint that later. And I'm drawing a line there, and then making it thicker on this side, straight down. It's in between those two parts of my sketch, there. then straight down, and then drawing right across and down. So break this up a little bit more. Now let's draw that staircase or balustrade. There's also a tree. See, these are getting into the smaller shapes here. So I'll connect these two, so from here to there, straight down. So we've done the big shapes and then the smaller shapes. So now let's go from the top to bottom and add some of the detail. The top there, and then a closer line to this edge. A semicircle and then going down, that, and then another window here. And that means we can paint these white section, and then we have another layer. Now let's draw that line. Little section of the roof there, and then in the middle we have that same angle, and that's part of the roof. Across this way, following that angle, there's a line there, some lines, and then a window. It's a nice detail to draw those little poles. And then a bigger window in here, just picking out the main shapes, the main features. You can just sort of work down and stop when I feel there's enough detail. There's a line. If you skip down to the bricks, you can just add a couple of bricks here like this, so little rectangles together. I'm very happy with that. We've got a lot of detail here, and I like how this is a little bit more spacious because it draws your eye down into this spot, and you kind of look at the sign there, you read the sign. So that's the line work done. Now let's go on to watercolor. So I've got my round 10 brush, but I'm going to use a light blue, so I'm using turquoise. I'm going to add sap green. Alright, so let's put that color into the different sections that we need around there. I have to glance up, just check that I'm not going in the wrong areas. Down to the bottom, around this window. So I'm going to use a combination between burnt sienna and alizarin crimson. I'm going to start here close to the plants, but now I have to water it down because I want it to have interest. I don't want it to be the same the whole way across this big area. Up here on the chimney as well. We're going to use Payne's Grey, and we'll come down, and as we go down I'm going to add some Payne's Grey, and then we'll continue that around the corner. Along there. Putting that in the window there, the window here. Do the footpath like that and wipe it out so that this will be lighter at the top again. So I'm using a different blue now. This is cerulean blue. Sections of this color around there like that. I'm going to go into this section and add viridian green, and we're coming across the grass at the front. Let's add a lot of more sap green in there. I'm going to add some here. We can come through and do this as well, and then along. Finish these off here with a lighter, warmer green. Sap green for this one too. Cadmium yellow at the tops of some of these like that, and add that in. We don't want to make this too dark, and it's okay if they bleed into each other. So I don't paint everything, the whole page. And I probably have to do this a little bit more carefully than I normally would. This is all dry. So now for shadows, this week I'm going to use ultramarine with a little bit of rose. The signpost here has a shadow across the footpath. So there's a few nice little splashes there, and then to the base of the tree there. Underneath that 400 there, inside the little veranda. So a little bit on the back there, in the eave here. And on the right side of the windows. So you could add some splatters and dots just across there. So we just take colours that we've already done, and especially in big areas where it's a little bit boring, we can add some texture. Yeah, I mean, all that didn't really come out, did it? Even with this wall here, you might put a little bit more there, little dots and specks here around this point. So I have my Uniball Signo pen, And the coolest thing that we can do is this sign here. So let's outline the sign first. And then we're going to simplify the sign a little bit. I'm going to write that Highlands. Okay, we've got the flowers. That's some interest. This is the area that I'm bringing people to here. I'm going to do some on this edge here. So that's how I sketched this house using ink and watercolor. Hope you enjoyed that process we went through. If you want the full version of this tutorial without all the cuts, you can head over to my Patreon membership and you can attain it there. It also has the reference you can download and a template for the main shapes. Plus on there you can post your sketch, ask me a question. I have my whole library there available of all my full tutorials on buildings like this. Plus you can do my fundamentals course on there, which is all included. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.